What is up, YouTube? These are back at the brand new deck profile, and before we go any further, I would like to apologise for this being so long. I've had schoolwork, and I've had my computer breaking down, and it's still broken, so I've not done any work so far. And yeah, it's time for a new video, post-Banlist. What were my thoughts on the Banlist? It wasn't great. Tenpai's dead, so I'm happy. That's all you need to know. Anyway, so this respectable gentleman here, he's gone. Yeah, so the list is puppetless now. So everyone who's seeing this is your call to learn to get good. This isn't me insulting your skill levels. It's me telling you that the training wheels are now off. It's going to show them what Branded can really do. In this meta game, I think Branded is going to do extremely well, and not just because of the fact it's just my favorite deck. It's because into Ryzeal it's really good because Ryzeal can't grind, and that's Branded's specialty. And Malice can't really play going second. So it's really good into both those matchups. This is a list I've made so far. Side deck is a work in progress, so I will send it out. But other than that, I think it's pretty solid. This is a thrustless build. I do not own any copies of Triple Tactics Thrust. If I did, this would be the list would be different. But other than that, let me go on with the deck profile. So if you want to add Thrust, I'll point out points where you can cut stuff with Thrust. Mostly being one of the fusion dupes, it's one, and either two of the non-engines in my deck. I'll put it out there. I'll talk about it more later, but it'd be a an ad libitum and a high spirits. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. The main deck, triple Albaz. I think it's self-explanatory at this point. You need 3. This is 45 cards. Triple Aluba, standard. Double Cartesia, double Quem. Again, it's very standard so far. Triple, I'm going to do this because it's a shiny one. Triple Shrouded. Again, I'm not too sure on this still, but I do like how it's just an extra draw. And it's a dump. So it's going to be it's a pseudo starter, in the sense that it'll send Retribution to Grave. And if you play that for Quem, you would do Saranir, it's golden. But it counts extra non-engine points in my books, because it gets you further. Because you can then put it to the bottom, you can draw into, in my case, Book of Eclipse is a big one. Some of my knowledge when we get to it, because you've got to deal with Ryzeal this format, and Malice. Yeah. It's just an amazing card, and it cancels Albaz and Grave, which comes up more than you think. Because I've had lines where I've used High Spirits, and, Quem. So I had a hand where I had Shrouded, Saranir, Quem in hand. No, yeah, Saranir, Quem. I went Quem effect, sending Albaz specifically. Oh no. Basically, I had access to get my courier to hand, and I did that. Made Albaz the Natus, played through Ash. It comes up with it being called Albaz and Fielding Grave. 1 Spring and Skip. It's a pseudo starter, and it's mandatory to play because it recycles your 1 of Brand Infusion, and it recycles your Retribution, which is even more important, arguably. 1 Mercuria. You got to play it. It's an engine requirement. Rindbrum is quite nice under Shifter, especially into Malice, and this helps you get to where you need to go. Furthermore, it helps with your Shifter lines. If you guys want to see what I do on the Shifter with this list, let me know in the comments. It would mean a lot. Got 1 Lubellion, and I'm actually on 2 Saranir. I'm not sure if I want to continue with 2 Saranir. Into Ryzeal, it's useless. Into Malice, it's really bad. But it's into other decks as well, and as an engine piece with High Spirits, it's quite nice. But I'm a bit tempted to cut it down, honestly. This is my personal take. And of course, I'm on the 1 ad-lib. You could play it like Ido, for example, or DDD Viking Requiem. But it's not great. Obviously, as this is a meme I saw from Yuri Diaz. You guys can see this, but there you go. That's what you can do. If you want to continue locking, you can. But this was the wake up. If you saw my lists when Retribution, when Expulsion first got banned, you saw I picked up and I just chucked it, like I did with Puppet. It's the cool to get good people. No need to Puppet anymore. There's no need to lock anyone. We locked last one. I actually went and locked people because into Tenpai you had to, or you were getting cooked. Is the easy way of putting it. But Tenpai's dead. There's no other way of saying it. Tenpai is just dead now. I mean, sure, you might still see some like playability, but like it's nowhere near as good as it once was. And into Snake Eye decks, because they could like, you could never break their boards properly and then like kill OTK, or it'd be really hard to. So what you do is you break it sufficiently and then pop it lock. We don't need to do it anymore. We can just go, you can just, they're dead. So you got Malice and Ryzeal, the big ones, and you can play through both. Viking is a weird one. I think we've got a decent Viking matchup, but right now it's in the air still. Spell cards. But yeah, actually I don't even talk about Adlib. I'm on Adlib because I like sending it to Grey on Grand Magnol. I'm still on the 2 Grignol. I will show it off real quick, just as like a proof bit. 2 Grignols, and it helps with the second Grignol as Ascend, because I can then use it to make Dreos, Pelia, or Quertus specifically. I do not play Chimera or Giant Chimera. We'll talk about that when we get to it. To help me extend and do like triple or I've done quadruple Mirror Jades with this deck. I think even more than that, honestly, because it's just so free to get to Mirror Jade. Yeah, it's good to know. Spells. 1 Fusion. Widen it. If they can reverse Spirit Gates from 3 to 1, so we're 1 to 3, and put Phantom Yubel from 3 to 1, so do that. Why couldn't they have done Brand Fusion they put it to 1, put it back to 3, and then put Puppet Nightmare Band? Or Band Sanctifier. This should come back. I want this back. Triple opening. Triple deployment, either standard. What I will do is it's the Zelda Duelist Flex. I got a high rarity branding card finally. Got a QCR Fusion deployment, and this is a flex. There's no way either other opponent I'm actually unsleeve it because I am a psycho. Look at that foiling. It's a bit hard to hold my camera, but yeah, there it is. There's a symbol there. Shout out to my friend Callum for trading me that. And yeah, the star of the show. So I'm playing Summon Dragons. It's High Spirits. High Spirits is amazing. It helps you play through stuff. But with the decreased power of decks next format and the ability, I don't actually think I need to play the 3. I think you can cut it down to 2. Honestly, it's a weird card, High Spirits. And right now, I don't think we need it at 3. But I'm currently still doing it because it's extra consistency, it's an extra starter, and it helps the deck go crazy. 1 Brandon Lost, 1 Brandon Red. I'm on Brandon in White personally. I love in White. It is the best card. There'll be hands where you even search Brandon Fusion, you'll just search in White and you'll just play like that. And your opponent has no idea where to interrupt you anymore. There'll be hands where you search this in like turn 3 to then OTK your opponent or help. And I've had instances where I'm playing like more grindy decks like Paleo, Labyrinth, Stun, where I've went this into the Brandon Fusion to just quick make like Borolo Furious or Chaos Starforce Dragon. It's the best card. A final starter is a foolish pseudo starter is a Foolish Burial. It's just helpful to have. I'm not in Tragedy because I don't need it anymore. You don't need it. Alright, non-engine. Right, this is where I got to go into some explanation on each. Start off with Triple Book of Eclipse. Hands down, it's amazing. Going first. So I'm going first. I set Book of Eclipse. It beats Ryzeal. It beats Malice. Hands down. You just, if it's pure Ryzeal anyway, you flip it. Everything is face down. They don't get to play. And to Malice, it's a similar situation because you can't link with face down monsters. And if you've Book of Eclipse, then they obviously can't link us away. I mean, a lot of their lines and versatility just gone. But again, Malice can't play second. But going second, it's great, especially to Malice, because you can go a normal Albaz effect. They'll go like Imperm, chain Book of Eclipse. It's obviously not debating to save one. And if they have Terahertz up, they're a bit screwed. If they have or any other link, they're screwed because you'll flip your Albaz down, but their monsters will not be flipped face down. This then leads to you being able to fuse with, let's say, Terahertz and go like plus into like a Mirror Jade and start cracking their board because they couldn't stop the Albaz. This makes into Malice, it's insane, and it's obviously into Ryzeal, you'll set like their board, so you're basically removing Detonator from the equation and a field spell, which is the big thing. And I have more hate for field spell in this deck because the Ryzeal field spell is crazy. We're on triple Forbidden Droplet. I felt like this was the next best option. It's a quick play spell that you can use both in first and second. All my breakers are quick plays, by the way. All my non-engine is quick plays or it's a trap. Into Malice, again, it's nice to like chain it to like Terahertz or like any other stuff, because Malice is an interesting one to break going second because it has so many layered forms of interruption, which I really like personally. If I play Rise or Malice, I'm playing Malice. And to Rise or it removes Detonator as an interruption point, and thus making it so you just have to deal with contest with hand traps and the field spell. 2 Cyclone. I am maining 2 Cyclones. I think this is mandatory. I think you have to be playing Cyclones in the main. Into Malice, you go into the trap, force it out. Or they have unknown sets, you go into them. Because they're probably like Dominance Impulse, it might be Dominus. I'm not saying Dominance Impulse, it might be Impermanence. It forces them out, makes them like. And even if it's like just like a set Allure of Darkness that they were like bluffing with, that still removes an unknown possibility, and thus making it you more likely to play through their board because you then know what is there. It removes the unknown. And into Rising, it removes the field spell, and it can deal with like some of the set stuff they have, like maybe Impermanence or whatever. And final engine is a Call by the Grave because we're playing through hand traps. Traps, it's the standards. I do still play 2, and that's because you do go through multiple brand fusions with one. I can go in maximum of infinite, and that's not a joke. Because of Quem being able to summon that Springer's kit, Crit, Recycle, Brand Fusion, Recycled, Retribution, Recycle, and you have infinite targets, basically. But, realistically, I think I've done like 2, 3 uses of Brand Fusion thanks to these guys in kit. So I do recommend not skipping out on this card. It's why I think you should be playing Thrust if you have it. I don't. My side deck is going to be weird because I don't have Thrust. Something you should know. Extra deck, we'll have 2 Albion, a Lubellion, 2 Mirror Jade, a Titaniclan, or a bit down a bit so you guys can see, a Rindrum. I'm still playing Albinatus, but that's because I see a lot of Dragon players. You don't have to do that anymore. I'd say Sprind, honestly, could be a spot there. Because you want the extra Albaz name to set off Mirror Jade, because you're using the Mirror Jade a lot in this deck. And I'm actually still playing a Sanctifier. It's legal, and it's honestly so helpful for like cracking boards, because it revives it and Albaz to your board and like, I don't know, Albion to theirs. Suddenly you fuse with the Albion, make Mirror Jade. There's another Mirror Jade on the board, and that Albion is then live in the end phase. That means you get the search with it, or set, in end phase. It's actually wild because, well, it makes it basically usable again and again. Other than that, it's pretty standard. And again, and this is also really going to decks that target a lot. Like, say if your local sets a lot Sky Striker, put in an Albion, the Sanctified Dragon on the board, and then you can either give them something or not. They can't target, and making it really difficult for them to win. I mentioned earlier, 2 Quicknull. It's nice with fusion deployment, and it's really nice to send ad libitum on their turn to further extend. Final 4. This is Quetis. I think Quetis is good into Malice, because Firewall Terahertz is something people consistently get frustrated with because it gets too big. With Titanicad, you can usually get to about 4100. I've seen Terahertzes go beyond that, like 5000 attack. That's not realistic to be over. So instead, you use Quetis before the battle phase, lower it down, and continue from there. And obviously the pop effect does come up into Ryzeal, actually, because Detonator pop stuff. You can play, I think, Lulu or Lilith, it's a fair option to pick, or Praskinian to take the save one, but honestly, just stick to Quetis. I think it's the best option right now. We're on 1 Borrowload Furious Dragon, 1 Chaos Star Force, and the final card is Helia. A few things I think is worth noting. I'm not a Might Destruction Dragon Lord. That is not good. I am a bold take here, and it's that Light Knight Dragon Lord isn't very good on the shifter. Now, it's not saying that it's not useful. 3 Omni, technically with a Ring of 4 Omni Negates is crazy. I'm saying I like layered interaction more, and that's what you get with these 3. Because in theory, like Lubellion, I've seen in Rinbrum, because you can make like Furious Dragons, then pop some more cards. So you can have like Cartesia, Furious Dragon, Rebellion, Chaos Star Force. You can have like obviously Stapelia up, so you can like reborn something back by using like an ad libitum potentially. If you hard open it or something off opening, Star Force further pop stuff, and the shift decks right now cannot play through that much interruption, being as an actual like meta relevant ones, it's Ritual Beast and it's Malice, and they cannot play through that. Like nothing you can do, but it must be forced out, and it's really difficult to, and it's really frustrating, honestly, to set up from my personal experience. And it's just like a bit too restrictive for my liking to play under. It's on my own card. I shouldn't be able to like struggle to play under it. Yeah, that is the extra into the side. Again, the side is what I will say the most work needs to be done with this list. Extra deck is perfect. I will not argue that on any other level. It is a perfect extra deck. But side and main deck usually need thrust and it's done. Side needs work. Right. So I'm on evenly matched. I will not disagree with this. I really like evenly alongside Dark Ruler. Dark Ruler, I think I only got here for the U-Bell matchup, which is existent, and it definitely be pop release for the beginning of this format. Evenly matched, it's good as a pair with like Droplet, but I like it into Ryzeal personally because it again removes Seal Set and it removes like whatever else they have. I don't think they play any Omni Negates in that deck. I'm on. Now this is where the mistakes come in. A Cyclone, 2 Lightstorm. This should be 3 Lancia. I do not own 3 Lancia. I have 1. I was tempted to play just the 1 there. But it's not good enough. And I need the extra break as well. Thrust. This was a mistake. Let's play 3 Lancia. I'm going to get my hands on some soon. 2 Talent. I'm actually... Now, Talents is weird. I don't like it in branded, personally. That's why I'm not in the main. But when you know you're going to be going like first or something, I think you can genuinely play Talents. Because you're not expecting to be hand trapped and use it to punish the hand traps. Everyone will draw them up, but it's a card I keep seeing played into branded. And if I get hit by draw, I will just go Talent effect hand trap. Fualos is the other big one. I have been... Because people don't use Fualos unless they're going to guarantee draw. They'll change it to your openings, they're going to change it to your deployment, they're going to change it to your brand fusions. What you do is you go main phase, opening, chain Fualos. Okay, sure. Add to hand Aluber, Talent hand rep. Normal Aluber, and do your thing from there. Without Puppet, Fualos is a bit more harsh into the deck, I will admit, so this is why you can also just hold on to this, but it's just an example. 2D barrier, I think you can be playing 3 right now. It's sort of TC Boo and time. But yeah, really good into Ryzeal, not so good with Malice. Really good into Malice, not so great Ryzeal, but you can still do it. And this is a time card. And yeah, that is the list. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Do that YouTube thing. And until the next one, cheerio.